Hi everybody, it's Miss Karis and I have another video for you today. I am really excited to do this one. You guys are gonna love this one. This is gonna talk about how to sweep at nationals, right? National competition. So right now we are in regionals. We are competing every weekend and we're showing off our dances and we're seeing what our scores are. We're listening to the judges' critiques and we're going over them with our teachers and we're trying to improve upon them if there's stuff that we need to do, or we're trying to maintain them, right? And the whole goal is to see what we can do at nationals, right? What titles can we bring home, or maybe just how far can we push ourselves as a team? So whether you have a dance where you were a novice or whether you're advanced, okay, either or, this one is going to talk about how you can improve upon your dance so that you can kill it at nationals. All right, these are things that I have seen from competitions that I've been to, or stuff that I have seen on TV, a couple of pieces that you guys have sent me to take a look at. Okay, so here we go. And these are in no particular order. So first thing I have written down here is turn combos. This must have been really on the forefront of my brain. Turn combos. Oh, okay, I have so much to say on turn combos. So technique is huge. And let me say, there is a difference between doing a pirouette, a proper pirouette, and doing a rotation on one leg. Okay, some of you are trying to show me a pirouette, but you're not, and you're just showing me a rotation on one leg. And just rotating on one leg does not describe the technique that you have to have, right? You're just rotating, you're just turning, standing on one leg. I watched somebody do it was 6 pirouettes, which is awesome. And if you look from the waist up, they looked great. But I didn't. I focused all of my attention on their feet. And I saw kind of a low releve for the first two. And then we started to lose it for number 3 and number 4. And we dropped all the way down so that our foot was kind of flat on the floor and we were rolling over on our arch. And then for pirouettes number 5 and 6, we managed to push ourselves back up into a low releve with a cycled foot. And you got through your 6 rotations and your studio is cheering you on, as they should be, and you're feeling this, I did it. I did 6 pirouettes. Yeah, you did. Kind of. Not great technique, though. If you are at the level where you're attempting 6 pirouettes, then you are probably a good turner. Your school has really been working on turns. Most students, don't try to push for something that high. So if I know that your studio is, has good turners in it, now I'm going to really start nitpicking, and I'm going to look specifically just at your feet and your ankles. And yeah, I'm going to deduct points, and I'm going to talk about that. So take a look at what's going on from the waist down, not just making it look like we just did 6 beautiful pirouettes, right? Look at what's going on down below. To my groups that are good turners, I also have this to say to you. If you're doing a turn combo where the whole team is turning together, that's great. That's impressive. We love that. But can you please look at how you're finishing that turn combo? So let's say you do 3 pirouettes and then you go into, 6 ellicicon turns into another triple, and then you land. Well, what happens is you all prep together and you all start to turn together and you're in time to the music, and bing, 1, 2, 3, and ellicicon turns, 1, right? Now we get to those last 3 pirouettes at the end, and you guys lose it. I lose you. You were all together, and now we're starting to get tired. And we haven't figured out how, as a team, we're going to finish cleanly. So what happens is this one starts to fall down, and then this one starts to fall down, and this one starts to come down, and this one starts to come down, and then this one's starting to come down, but then she tries to save it. And so I see this down and up thing going on. And yeah, you notice it when, if you have a team that's that in sync, then I'm going to be looking at everything. I'm going to nitpick everything. And how you finish your turns as a group matters, because you had this beautiful turn combo and then you killed it because you're all finishing at different times. And then what do? We do a little chasse or a pose or something to get everybody back on track, everybody together. So look at the end of the turn combo, okay? Going along with turn combo. Don't give me the same thing all the time. Okay, you did an Elisicon series. That is great. Wonderful. Great technique. You did 6 Elisicons. Love it. I don't want to see that anymore, right? So if you did that in your lyrical piece, and it was, let's say it's like one specific dancer that's very good at these. So this girl or guy showed me their Elisicon turns. Great. I don't want to see it. Or if I do want to see it, maybe on the left, if it was a right, if they were a right turner, can you do it on the other leg? Other than that, no. What else do you have? Show me something else. And yet, we keep seeing the dancers showing us the same turns over and over again. And not even necessarily if it's in the same dance, but you'll do the same turn combo that you did in lyrical, in jazz, in acro, in musical theater, right? I remember looking at that and didn't I just see this? Yeah, I did just see this. What else do you have? Because now it looks like, first of all, it's always the same kids, right, that are showing me these awesome turn combos. So now it looks like maybe that's all the studio has to offer, are these few kids, and they can do Elisicon turns really, really well. So we're just going to keep showing these same kids doing the same turns over and over again. That's boring. And those turns are not impressive anymore. And it also looks like you don't have anybody else at the studio that you're interested in. Are you supporting all of your other dancers, or are you just, focusing on this one? If you're a novice, turn with technique. Do a single turn. Do maybe just 2 Genet turns, maybe just 1 PK turn. But show me good technique with good posture and spotting and shoulders down and arms connected to the back and a proper passe. Here's what I mean by proper passe. It should be, unless you're doing, I guess, a contemporary piece where the choreographer has some more freedom, I need to see that it's turned out or that it's parallel. But what I keep getting is this on the angle thing where you can't quite tell what it's supposed to be. So don't have your hips kind of parallel and kind of turned out. If it's a jazz pirouette, make sure that you are parallel. Get on top of those hips. If it's a ballet pirouette, make sure that your turnout is there. Make sure that you're sitting on top of the hips and that you're lifting up. Okay, all of that stuff. Let me see good technique and don't be repetitive. Okay, that was like 10 minutes just on turns. Sets and props. We love sets and props. Sets and props are great, but please use them appropriately. We're sitting there and we're all tired and we have to wait for you guys to lug all this stuff onto the stage. And if you end up using it all and it really enhances your piece, great, wonderful. I don't mind sitting for 5 minutes while you drag this piece on. But what I do mind is sitting there while you drag this piece on and then you start the dance on it, standing on it, and then you jump off after like 20 seconds and then we never see it again. What was the point of that? Did it really enhance the routine? Did we really need that? Reevaluate your props and your sets. How much are you using them? How often are you going back to them? And are you doing different things when you go back to them? There was one video I saw of kids. They had this huge set piece that had stairs and, little different kind of ledges and stuff, and they were climbing up and they were jumping off and they were hanging off and they were dancing on. And I mean, that's really incorporating it into your dance, or if it's a prop, use it, pick it up, use it, dance with it, throw it, toss it to your partner, put it on the ground, jump over it, and then pick it up again. But don't just hold it and say, hey, look, I have a prop for 10 seconds, and then put it down and then we never see it again. Why? It's just it's confusing. and you've got stuff on the stage that is in your way, and it's just hard for us to focus on you and the dance and the story of the dance if we have these pieces on stage that don't seem to be being used. All right, so check out your sets and your props. Leaps, tricks. Okay, so this kind of goes along with your turn combo. Some of you guys have great leaps, beautiful grand jetés, beautiful second leaps. That is great. I don't want to see you do a leap every 5 seconds in your dance. If I had to see another tilt jump, oh my goodness. Every 5 seconds, tilt jump, tilt jump, tilt jump. And that's great. If you can do it, wonderful. Show it to me, right? Maybe left as well, or left, maybe right as well, and then move on. I don't want to see every single dancer that you have do a tilt jump, unless it's like, okay, let's all do it together. Great, move on. Find something else to make your dance more exciting. If you're looking for a leap to add some dynamics to your dance, do something else. Same thing with, your aerials and your walkovers and things like that. We've seen them if you do them well. If you don't do them all that well, and some of you did not do them all that well, don't put them in. Some of you, I couldn't tell what in the world I was supposed to be watching. So please watch your technique. And if it's not there, get rid of it. And if it is there, great. Show it to me once, move on. Don't show it to me in all of your dances. And don't have the same girls or guys up front showing them to me. I know that Joey has a great, second leap. I saw him do that. Oh, by the way, my brain just, since we're on the topic of boys, since I just, talked about a boy, guys, you guys tend to have great height with your jumps and your leaps, right? That is amazing. I wish I could jump that high, but please don't kill it by having bad technique. Sometimes I feel like maybe we let boys get away with stuff because they're, usually great at turns and they're great at leaps, and we kind of forget the fact that that back leg wasn't as straight as it could be. I take off points for that, and I have taken off points for that. Maybe your upper body is great and you're way off the floor. You're going to touch the ceiling, but your legs are bent. You just killed it. I looked at your upper body, I looked at your height, and I was like, wow. And then I looked at your feet and your legs, and I went, ooh. Okay? So technique matters. Don't have the same kids doing the same leaps or tricks over and over again. Do something else, right? Have different kids do stuff, or show me something on the left and the right, and then move on. So the next thing I wrote was using different dancers. This pretty much just said this. If there's one girl that has phenomenal stage presence, great actress, yay, we love that. Put her as your lead in your musical theater piece or whatever, contemporary piece, whatever you need a lot of acting for, and then try to use other dancers. I saw so many pieces from one studio, and it was just the same girl in the front every time, or the same girl was singled out. Some of the songs didn't have any words in them. It was just, instrumental. And it was more, just the acting and feeling how the music moved and how the dancers moved with the music. And, but she was singled out yet again. She was in this outfit off by herself, and the whole rest of the class was over there. And you start to feel like, is there no one else at your studio that you feel confident enough to put in front and center? That doesn't look good for your studio. And it's not true. We know it's not true. As I'm watching these dances, I'm looking at this one and saying, wow, she's phenomenal. Why aren't they giving her a chance up front? Why aren't they giving her a chance to, be in the spotlight and show off her acting skills? Please don't keep using the same dancers over and over again. I know you want your dances to look great, but we pay attention to that. We see these kids all day long for a weekend or a week. We pay attention to it. We get to know your studio. We get to know your kids and what they can do. So by the, 100th dance, I don't want to see Susie Q in the front all the time. I want to see somebody else. Okay, music. Let's talk about music cuts. I am not a genius with cutting music at all. I can get through it. I mean, I can do some basic stuff, but I do try to get nitpicky with making sure that the cuts are clean. But cutting music can be really tricky, I know. But try to really do a better job with some of these music cuts. They don't make sense. You know, really think about the phrasing of what the kids were doing before that, and try to, when you cut it, try to get it back onto the phrasing. I know it's hard. If you're struggling with the music cuts, then don't have your dancers start on the one when the music changes. That's hard for anybody to pick up, you know, but especially not kids that are 9, 10, 11. That's, you know, that's really hard. So if your music is cut kind of roughly and you don't have a chance to fix it, then have the dancers just dance through it, or do a series of poses, or, you know, just something kind of fluid where we're not looking to catch a single moment in time on that change of music. Do something more fluid, okay? But really watch your music cuts, because, you know, the kids hear it over and over and over again. You hear it over and over again, so it just, you don't really think about it. You might not even remember that you have a weird music cut in there, but we certainly do. And we only have one shot to watch your dance, and it just changes the whole feeling of the dance when the music doesn't sound right and it doesn't make sense. Okay, facials, acting, right? So this is for musical theater and, lyrical. Okay, musical theater. I thought the musical theater pieces that I saw so far were really, really, really great. Acting is so good. Some of your leads out there have incredible stage presence. Keep doing what you're doing. Now, in terms of facials in other dances, and I'm going to go back and say lyrical again. Can I just say this also? Can we please see a lyrical piece that's not sad and depressing? I would love to have dancers come out in a beautiful flowing dress and be hopeful and smiling instead of depressed and sad and you know, it's, I know you're showing passion, but it's always the same kind of passion. Let's do something else. Let's see something else. I'm so tired of watching kids sad. But here's the thing. Let's agree on what the emotion is, right? Some of you came out and you were getting yourselves, you know, set up on stage, and you're getting into that sad, depressed kind of character, whereas this girl over here is like posing and all hopeful. And I'm going, now, if she's the lead, or if she's something different, and it's clear in the music that there is this, you know, back and forth of, you know, one person being sad or one person being happy, and it's going to make sense, okay. But if she's doing the exact same choreo and the music doesn't sound like there's two different opinions going on, it's kind of confusing, right? You're going to make faces, make sure that they all match and that you're all on the same emotion, so it doesn't look like, you know, class of crazy people. And think about how much emotion you want to put in. You shouldn't be so overwhelmed with emotion, you know, that you're shaking and that it's difficult to dance. A couple of you that I saw got really, really, really into it. And we don't want to push ourselves too far, because it might look disingenuous, you know, like, are you really that upset right now? And then it can just mess with your head and, you know, and make you mess up your dances. So go back and rethink some of your facials and some of your choices that you're making when you're showing emotion. Undergarments. You know, I don't know if this will help you sweep at nationals. But can I just say that every single judge wants you to be covered up. The tights or no tights thing. I don't think that not wearing tights looks bad on stage. I don't have a problem with that look. What I do have a problem with is all of you guys not wearing tights and wearing a dress and then showing me your beautiful heel stretch or your beautiful tilt jumps and not covering yourself properly down there. Whether you're a female judge or a male judge, it's uncomfortable. It's weird with you opening your body up into these positions when you don't have any tights on, and we're not, you know, I should not know whether or not you need to shave, right? I don't want to know. So it looks, just make sure that you look professional and clean, because it's going to give an overall feeling. If you're making a judge or an audience feel uncomfortable, it might cloud how they score your piece, and it might just give them an overall feeling of towards your studio, right? Because they're feeling uncomfortable, and so now they're going to remember, oh yeah, I remember that studio. I was not feeling happy when I watched their piece. So please look at the undergarments, make sure that the bras are where they need to be, whether it's clear backs or whatever, that you're wearing them and that you're all covered up. But really, for down below, please, if you're not going to wear tights, please make sure that you wear appropriate briefs or little booty shorts or something. Okay, so your big production line dances, right? Big line dances where you've got like 50, 60 kids on stage all at once sometimes. These are fun. These are awesome. They're exciting. But you know what always does not look good are the formations. The formations are always like, what? Because you have 500 people on stage. So what the heck am I looking at here? And I guess it's because you guys want to have your best dancers up front, and maybe the little peanuts don't know the choreography as well, but you keep putting the peanuts in the back and I can't see them. And I have my front line that I see, whether it's jazz, lyrical, acro, tap, musical theater, contemporary, production. It's these same like 10 kids that are always up front, and you're bigger, because usually when you're bigger and you've been dancing for a while, you look great. We want to show you off. But then the peanuts, or the kids that are maybe not as strong, are always in the back, always. And they're kind of half doing it because there's like 50 kids in front of them. So they probably feel like, what's the point? Nobody can see me. I'm short and I'm small, and, and if I see a huge production like that, I look through the legs, I look past the legs, and I look for those little kids way in the back. How are they dancing? Are you just making sure that the front looks great and you're not thinking about the dancers in the back? Because if you're bringing this to nationals, if you've done really well with this, if you want to take this dance to the next level, you know that when you get to a certain level, we're going to be nitpicking and looking at everything to get you to this level. So absolutely, I'm going to be checking all of that, right? Everybody's going to look and see are they all in sync? Are they all dancing together, right? So take a look at those production line dances. I wrote feeling tired. So it's so hard. I get it, guys. You have a long weekend. Some of you dance Friday and Saturday, right? Sunday, final awards, Sunday night. And boy, oh boy, did I see it. Some of the videos that I looked at and some of the comps that I went to, by Sunday, you guys are shot. And you're fighting hard. I know you're fighting hard. You're trying to pick yourself up. If you want to do well at nationals, you can't look tired. We know you're tired, right? We don't want to see it, though. So then I'm wondering, well, what are you guys doing in your downtime? What are you doing while you're waiting around, right? You did your dance, you did your tap dance, and now you're getting ready to show off your lyrical piece, but there are 150 numbers or something until it's your turn. What are you going to do? Well, you know what I saw? I saw kids laying around in blankets. I saw kids on their phones and their tablets and all of this stuff the whole time. No one's stretching. No one's doing anything. No one's reviewing dances. We're just sitting on our phones or our tablets. And then you expect that you're just going to spring up and go dance and be fabulous. Your body is exhausted. Your muscles are exhausted. You have to figure out how you're going to get your body to stay awake during all of this. Well, I can tell you, rest when you can rest for a short amount of time, but then get up and move around. Review your dances. Do some dynamic stretches, not static stretches. Static, right? We're sitting still. We just like sit in second, right? You know that, right? You guys don't do anything. You're sitting on your phone for like an hour, and then your teacher comes over and says, hey, you guys are on in 10 dances. Did you warm up? And you go, oh, I got this. And you just sit in second. right? Or if you're doing an acro piece and you go, oh, okay, I got to warm up. Hold on, let me just do a bridge. And you're good, you're done. No, right? You know that. So do dynamic stretching. So that's like stretching while you're moving. So that's, doing lunges across the floor, doing squats, doing some kind of a bending over series where you're bending over like burpees or something like that, where you're stretching your body, but you're also moving at the same time. So they're not as intense stretches because your muscles have been quiet, your muscles have been tired, they're not doing anything. So you have to keep moving, keep walking around, give yourself time to rest. Maybe bring ice packs. I don't think I saw anybody with an ice pack. And I know that half of you guys had bandages around your ankles or whatnot, right? But where are the ice packs? Where are you guys taking care of your bodies? Where are the massage balls, right? Where are your tennis balls? Where are your tennis balls where you're, massaging your body, wherever your feet, right? Massaging your feet so your feet don't get all cramped up from pointing your toes and pushing up on those releves so hard. How are you taking care of your body when you're going to be asked to spend long periods of time hanging out of the theater? What are you eating? I saw a lot of kids going out and getting McDonald's or, whatever, fast food stuff, right? I love McDonald's. Nothing against McDonald's. I love it. But, maybe not the best thing to eat. So what can we do? Clean proteins, right? Water, juices, Gatorade. We need to replace our electrolytes. We need to replace salts. We're sweating a lot. Yeah. So I used to love juice. I used to love Gatorade. I was always, not Gatorade, not pineapple juice, grapefruit juice. I don't drink it that much anymore, but I used to love grapefruit juice. Water and grapefruit juice is what I bring all the time if I had long rehearsals all day long or a show. And then what are you eating, guys? What are you putting into your body? Fresh fruit, lean proteins, chicken breasts, turkey breasts, right? Not breaded and fried, okay? Granola bars, nuts, pretzels, You want to get some clean, dry foods, carbs for energy, fat for your brain, right? Protein to help you build muscle and maintain muscle. Be smart about what you're putting in your body. Don't go and get soda and chicken nuggets and french fries. Don't do it. It's going to leave you feeling tired. Get some good protein, some good carbs into your body, good nutrition. Move yourself around, okay? And I think overall, how do you sweep at nationals is you have worked on all of this stuff and you get there and you have a wonderful attitude. You're there. There's nothing else to do. There's nothing else that you can do. Yeah, you can go in the back corner and review your dance if you want to, sure, right, to get into that headspace. But we're done. We're not rehearsing anymore. We have hopefully perfected it and reviewed it. And now your job is to have fun and perform. We want to see it from here. We can forgive a lot of stuff that we might focus on if we see passion. We love passionate dancers. We love to watch you guys smile and have fun. And that can be faked, and people can tell when it's faked. We always reward those dances that make us feel like fire, that make us feel happy, that make us feel maybe sad or nostalgic, that move us, that make us, wish we could be competing again, that make us want to get on stage with you. Find your passion. You get into that headspace. Think about things that your teachers have said to you in rehearsal, right? Or your choreographers have said to you in rehearsal, or maybe what your parents have said to you. Be alone, go off on your own, get into your headspace. Feel good about yourself. Attitude is everything. Attitude is everything. Because all of this stuff that I just listed, and look at this, we're going on like half an hour now. All of this stuff that I just listed is completely useless if you have the wrong attitude, right? Because none of it is going to matter. You're going to go into it with bad attitude. It's not going to happen. So I think I covered everything. You guys are probably could think of something that I haven't talked about, but this is my video for how to sweep at nationals, how to really, really kill it. And I hope you guys have made it to the end of this long video. If you did, awesome. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. And good luck to all of you as we go through competition season. And I will talk to you later.